This is KGW News at Sunrise.
It was like 9:20 at night, bang, 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 5 minutes. And so I really was not too worried. They'll take care of it, and that was my mistake.
Her home burned to ashes as wind whipped up a wildfire near Estacada. How the day unfolded and the silver lining the owner is holding on to.
Also this half hour, we'll take you to London, where this morning the royal family will escort Queen Elizabeth's coffin from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall. This is a live look from London this morning. The procession begins in just over an hour from now, so we have a full live report coming up here at 5:15.
And we've been telling you about a string of bizarre jewelry thefts targeting people in Aloha, Beaverton, then Vancouver. Well, it turns out those thieves might be part of a much larger crime ring operating up and down the West Coast. We'll tell you about earlier cases near Seattle coming up. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this morning. I must be getting soft because it feels like fall, the wind, the breeze, just a little chill in the air yesterday.
As someone who works with you every day,
know.
You're not getting soft.
I know.
No.
We've had a lot of hot weather.
I tell you what, a lot of people on social media chiming in that they love our weather. So we are still cloudy. Didn't clear yesterday as I thought it would. And today it's another guessing game. It looks on paper, if you will, that we'll get some sun. We still made it up into the mid-70s yesterday without it. We'll forecast 75. And guys, today should become the first time we will see 3 70-degree days in a row since the first week of July. Back to you.
All right, we'll have more from Rod coming up here shortly, but right now we want to get to our top story this half hour. It's an update on the Kalama fire burning near Mount St. Helens. Evacuation orders tied to that fire have been downgraded. So what were level 3 evacuation zones are down to a level 2. That means anyone who evacuated can go back home, but of course they also need to be ready to leave again if conditions change. The Kalama fire has already burned 112 acres. We also have a positive update on the Cedar Creek fire. This is the one burning to the south of us in Lane County. Evacuation orders for people living in West Fir and parts of Oak Ridge have also been lowered from level 3 to level 2. Crews continue to battle this fire, but they have been able to build containment lines around part of it.
We'll just have to see what kind of weather that we get. Be as prepared as we can on 46, that if we need to burn out as the fire gets closer, or take some other tactics, that we're prepared to do so and have set ourselves up for the best chance of success.
So far, the Cedar Creek fire has burned more than 92,000 acres.
Firefighters are still working to put out hot spots and remove hazardous trees at Milo MacIver State Park. Part of it caught fire over the weekend, burning 25 acres before crews got it under control.
There was one home, though, that was lost in that fire. KGW's Amma McCarty spoke to the owner.
Clackamas County deputies issued evacuation orders for hundreds of homes during the peak of the MacIver fire. Those, of course, have since been lifted, and now fire officials tell us that 2 structures were completely destroyed by the flames. One of them was an 102-year-old home just outside of the park. As fire crews keep mopping up, checking for hot spots, and taking down dangerous branches and limbs, nearby,
It's a tough time.
Debbie Ingemels prepares to start cleaning up.
So I've lived out here 17 years. I've been working on just kind of restoring it back to that old farmhouse feel.
Her home on Springwater Road in Estacada, now reduced to rubble.
It was like 9:20 at night, bang, 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 5 minutes. And so I really was not too worried. They'll take care of it, and that was my mistake.
Deputies went door to door Friday night into Saturday as the MacIver fire burned.
Literally, you could see the smoke coming this way from the fire.
Debbie took her dog, her cat, and a few of her personal belongings to her daughter's house in Portland, leaving behind all the rest, including her 4 chickens that didn't make it, and several meaningful heirlooms.
I wish I'd taken another 10 minutes and gone through more stuff, and gotten my mom's special things out, because Mom passed away in December, so it's like all those things have become more and more precious.
So far, she's only recovered a couple of items.
I brought this cross out from the pole barn to honor the chickens.
But the search will continue Thursday.
We're going to start sifting debris see if we can find my mom's wedding ring in there. That would make my day if we could find that.
Debbie says despite the irreversible damage, she's seen several silver linings.
Every day my phone blows up with people offering to help. And do you need clothes? Do you need, food? Do you need a place to stay? Do you need care? It really restores your faith in people when you're out here doing this.
Debbie says she may rebuild, but for now, she's taking things one day at a time.
I'm going to do it thoughtfully, whatever I do.
Ines Takeda, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Now to some of the other headlines we're tracking for you this morning. The mayor of Vancouver suspects an arson at her house was politically motivated. On Monday night, Anne McInerney Ogle said someone tried to light a fire near her garage. The mayor's husband put out the flames after he confronted the person who ran away. Police searched the area, couldn't find the arsonist. When we followed up with the mayor yesterday, she told us her home was also ransacked and burglarized on Sunday.
But we've been victims of crime before. This has just escalated up, and it might very well be something political. It might not be.
The mayor was at a city council meeting at the time of the arson. Vancouver police and the fire marshal's office are investigating. The Portland Firefighters Union is getting involved in city politics. The Oregonian reporting the union is endorsing Renee Gonzalez over incumbent city commissioner Joanne Hardesty. Hardesty oversees the Fire Bureau. The president of the Portland Firefighters Association said the 14-person executive board voted unanimously to endorse Gonzalez. Hardesty and Gonzalez will go head-to-head in a runoff this November. And residential landlords in Oregon will be allowed to raise rent by up to 14.6% next year. That's the biggest hike since 2019, when Oregon instituted mandatory rent controls. To put that in perspective, the average rent for a one-bedroom in Portland right now is $1,500. If landlords apply the new rate, the cost would increase to just over $1,700. The change goes into effect January 1st. And those are some of your Wednesday headlines.
Now to a follow-up on those jewelry thefts we told you about earlier this week in Aloha, Beaverton, then Vancouver. Well, we found reports of criminals using the same tactics in the Seattle metro area back in August. It was spots like Mill Creek, Renton, and Bellevue. Police up there believe the thieves could be connected to an organized crime ring operating up and down the West Coast using different rental cars to throw investigators off the trail. So each time they use essentially the same MO. The suspects maybe pull up to an unsuspecting victim out walking in a neighborhood, tell them some bogus story, and offer a gift of phony jewelry. Then they slip the real stuff right off the person's body. In this latest case, they targeted an elderly woman inside a retirement home in Vancouver.
The woman told her, "It's my birthday, I have something for you," really random, but started putting jewelry on her hand. As she was putting rings on my mom's fingers, and then as she took the rings off, she took my mom's diamond ring off. And once my mom realized it was gone, this couple was up and running for the door. So my mom said, "Stop them."
But they got away. The Washington County Sheriff's Office has gotten 3 reports involving these same thieves in less than a week. Vancouver police haven't said if this case is connected, but urge potential victims or anyone with info to call police.
All right, let's get back to one of our first headlines this morning. Rod, you mentioned right at the top of the hour, today will mark the first time in a long time that we'll see 3 70-degree temperatures in a row.
I have to go back to the first days of July. I think we did 6 in a row to start the month, something like that.
A fine month it was.
And then it turned hot. Right. Now we're back to being comfortable. Hey, this is a great news map. This is our air quality index map. This is real-time updates from DEQ in both states, Oregon and Washington. All green is good air quality on the west side. But look how we've improved out east. This has been unhealthy air. Today, the yellow dots are moderate to start the day. And the smoke plume, even off the Cedar Creek fire, weather modeling is showing is starting to disperse somewhat. Still unhealthy for sensitive groups, but the real bad wildfire smoke is now up here in Idaho and pushing into Montana. So that's great news. There are still air quality advisories for eastern Oregon currently posted through 2 o'clock this afternoon. But just note that things are looking better for you. Okay, we have some shower and thunderstorm activity up here around Spokane, eastern Washington. Pilton reported a thunderstorm a couple hours ago. As we go through the day, the chance of any stormy weather across eastern Oregon will be spotty. Here's Futurecast at 9:30 this morning. Now, it is solid cloud cover from the coast to the valley, according to all the observation points. The weather modeling doesn't show that, but the weather modeling thought we'd clear out yesterday, and so did I, and we didn't. So we're kind of in that guessing game. Morning clouds to start. Will we clear out today? Odds are favorable. Spotty shower chance out east at best, as I mentioned. Here are the temperatures, pretty comfortable. 43 in Bend this morning. It's 41 up at Timberline, one of the cooler mornings up at the Lodge this morning as well. 61 in Kelso. We have 50-degree temperatures at the coast, and for the most part, it is a light west wind today. All areas. Gorge winds, Hood River, good morning to you. About 15-mile-per-hour winds expected later today. So valley temperatures, these will be similar to yesterday. Yesterday, without the sun, we still jumped into the mid-70s. So you would think, well, hey, if we get some decent sun, maybe we'll be a little bit warmer than mid-70s today. So we'll see. I still think we'll stay in the 70s. Today, a similar day tomorrow. Cloudy, 71 Friday. Shower chances begin Friday night into Saturday. I still don't have a confident reply for you in terms of, are we going to see just a few showers scattered about on Saturday, or could it be a rainy day? There is one development track that would show most of the rain missing us to the south, but we're still watching that. And at this point, I think the best chance of weekend rain will be on Saturday, not Sunday. That's my forecast.